Warning: this video contains trigger words like fanboy, exclusives, and Todd Howard. Viewer discretion is advised. Imagine you're a Sony fanboy, proudly tucking yourself into bed after locking in your PlayStation 5 pre-order because the retail guards at Walmart judged you worthy, and you peacefully drift off into a deep, deep slumber. But wait a minute. Something isn't quite right, and your regular dreams of Crash Bandicoot furries has been replaced by something far more terrifying. A massive Xbox exclusive.
Hey, you. Finally awake.
Fortunately, you wake up. You calm yourself down by grabbing the closest PlayStation exclusive and remind yourself that there's no way in Hellheim that something like that will ever happen. That's right, everybody. Microsoft threw us for a loop with the announcement that it had acquired Zenimax Media, the parent company of Bethesda and a slew of other developers like id Software. And it's got gamers and industry experts shaken to their cores. So let's just jump right in and unpack what this might mean going forward. And along the ride, I'll be giving my own thoughts and opinions. So Microsoft has already announced that they would be honoring the two PlayStation exclusive game deals, namely the fantastic looking Deathloop and Tango's Tokyo Ghostwire. But what the heck does this purchase mean for future games like Elder Scrolls 6 and Starfield? Will Microsoft turn these into console exclusives? While it may certainly be a possibility, I really don't think that a move like that would make sense, and honestly, to think that way is pretty narrow-minded. Microsoft has already started making bold moves away from selling us on their hardware, now opting for a more holistic Xbox platform where games can be played anywhere. While some might think this is a weird move, just think of the amount of money Microsoft would make through publishing by allowing games on PlayStation, PC, and Nintendo. The most conservative move I would predict is Microsoft possibly adding timed exclusivity to new titles for up to a year, and only then releasing on other platforms. But that doesn't really work with the whole consumer-friendly approach that they've been trumpeting lately. And who knows, maybe that'll change, maybe not. We don't really know. And don't get me wrong, Microsoft is a business that's just dropped $7.5 billion that somehow needs to be recouped. I know they need to make money off of us, but surely there's a better way to do it where everybody wins, or am I just way too naive? Okay, so let's look at a future where all Bethesda games are Xbox exclusives. Does this mean that Microsoft becomes the official home for AAA Western RPGs? Maybe it's time they just accept the fact that they're never going to win the Japanese audience and just jump headfirst into owning the Western piece of the RPG pie. RPG? Sorry. With other developers who are known for Western RPGs dropping the ball, perhaps some Microsoft support is all Bethesda and Obsidian would need to push their games to the next level and solidify the Xbox as the #1 place to get your dark elf wizard mage freak on. On the other hand, what does this mean for Game Pass? In a very short time span, this service has become a legitimate reason to own an Xbox, and this deal, along with the recent EA Access announcement, has made it even more desirable for those owning the box or a PC. Ultimately, this deal means that we'll be getting all future entries of the following franchises on day one: Elder Scrolls, Fallout, Wolfenstein, and Doom. Not to mention the hotly anticipated Starfield. This now means that Game Pass is the best way to play games. I could make a whole separate video about Game Pass and the value it offers, but to summarize it here, with next-gen games officially hitting that $70 mark, dropping $14.99 a month is just a no-brainer. This is a huge leap for making games accessible to so many gamers who can't afford to drop $70 on day one, because you will get a return on investment tenfold. Also, you're keeping that Todd Howard fed, so that's just a plus. I think it's safe to say that Sony and Microsoft are officially on two completely different business paths, which is making it harder and harder to compare them toe for toe. And that's not necessarily a bad thing, but it's still really early days, and who knows what this will mean for the future and how Sony will react to it. One thing is for sure though, and that is that Microsoft has shaken up the gaming industry in a big way. And I truly hope that the effects will change the gaming industry for good.